Okay, so what do we have?
Well, we have a modification of the routing for the O-rings to provide resistance for the latest P2 truck design. The biggest problem that we're having with the original design is that the O-ring goes directly from this bolt over and then hooks onto the backside of the same bolt. The only problem with that is it has a lot of it's in the way. It's gonna be ripped off. It's in a place that is high trafficked by debris, rocks, curbs, whatever. It's gonna break. So we're looking for alternatives for rerouting the retention and the resistance of the trucks. So I have linked 4 O-rings together, and instead of running them vertically, I've run them horizontally between the axles. So it creates more of a web of of nitrile O-rings to provide the resistance and rebound for the trucks. You can just see the material resisting the motion of the truck.
Yeah.
There's definitely some shortcomings, but overall I'm pretty satisfied with the results.
Because it's just like a 5-minute experiment?
Yeah, literally there's a washer and 4 O-rings holding this whole thing together, like most of our projects. I'm glad I didn't have to use any duct tape for this project though.
Yeah.
So, the one thing that I'll note as far as riding properties is that it doesn't seem to provide as good of resistance in the micro steering, but it has a lot more range as it gets out towards the edges of its extreme deck tip.
It's a lot more linear.
Right. Whereas the O-ring, the previous O-ring design,
when we pile them up, it just became restrictive.
right, it wouldn't give it any other properties other than just being stiff at its neutral point. Whereas this, it's similar in that it's holding up your weight, but it's almost like it's being.
It feels like pulling a rope out of water.
Yeah.
Or just got that drag or like. Yeah.
There's definitely a lot more friction on this system, so it's going to reduce the rebound of the truck, but for all intensive purposes, high rebound isn't the best thing to have unless you're pumping and unless you're trying to do really, really extreme carving. For most situations, you want a nice damp ride. I mean, it's like a good ski. A good ski is going to be one that feels stable underfoot. It's not going to be jumping
under the most extreme road or
conditions. Yeah, if you're riding through moguls, you don't want the things jumping out from underneath it. You want it to feel like they are plowing and digging into the snow to keep a good line so you can be in control at all times. And that's kind of what this system is providing. I'm really excited because it literally feels like when I tip the board over, it literally feels like I'm being cradled into the turn, as opposed to just having resistance that's just trying to force the truck back to center, or is just resistance for the sake of being resistance. This actually feels like it's designed to go to an angle, hold it there, and then provide an increasing amount of resistance for every angle that you tip the deck to. So literally when I'm going into my corners and my turns and carving, I can feel the modulation not only of the truck turning, but also of the increase of the resistance as I'm going through those turns. So I'm pumped. I think that there's definitely some further exploration that can be done here, and can be a pretty simple modification to the existing design. So yet again, here's Other Planet trucks demonstrating their adaptability as the design evolves. Other Planet evolution out.